Good Sunday morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
10 out of 10.
Very good, very good.
Yes. Before we get started here, I just want to mention that it is Memorial Day weekend, so we're out there enjoying the weather and barbecue and family. Just take a moment to reflect on how we are free. It's all about the men and women that lost their lives this weekend. So I just want to give a shout out to all of our military that's out there keeping us safe. And God bless the ones that have gone before us. So we got a lot of great news coming up. First of all, I want to thank our Patreon supporters and everybody that watches us. Obviously without you guys, we couldn't do what we do. And I had a meeting yesterday with a local barbecue guy. He's also a veteran, the guy that owns this barbecue restaurant. He was looking for a foundation that he could do a fundraiser for and to give back to a local community. He was looking for a local group to donate money to. So it looks like sometime in September, we're going to have a giant barbecue with bands and everything, and all the money's donated is going to be split between Minutes Wisely, which is the nonprofit that we send veterans and first responders to sporting events, and some other local groups. So look out for this big barbecue coming in September. We're also looking at doing a golf outing fundraiser, so look for that also. So a lot of good things coming along. And the guy that
barbecue.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I say, I guess that's a fly-in for some of us, or we'll talk about it, whatever.
Yeah. If you're interested in coming in, just let me know. It's gonna be a pretty big deal. This guy's gonna close off his parking lot and set up a stage, and it's gonna be a pretty big deal.
I need a place to stay, Fleekster.
Sounds great.
Yeah, there's a Holiday Inn right down the street, buddy.
I think Polly's looking to pay you back from when you busted up his Mercedes and clogged his toilet.
Yeah, real quick, man. I had to call after his little stay at our chateau. We had to call a plumber, and we had to put a Mercedes in our shop for a whole month.
My Cadillac's gonna be locked up that weekend, buddy.
Oh, come on, man!
Polly's revenge tour.
Yeah. I just want to do a couple neutral drops in it. You know what that? Yeah. Put it in neutral, you gun it, then you slam it in drive. Yeah, it's good for the transmission.
Yeah, so there's some good things coming along, and also the guy that owns the barbecue restaurant, he loves the concept of Minutes Wisely. So he knows some people that work at the front office of the Nashville Soccer Club, which is brand new. He's going to reach out to him and try to get us season tickets.
Heck yeah!
2 to 4 seats.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he said awesome. He wants to get the tickets and donate them to us. So there's a lot of good things coming along.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that's great.
Outstanding.
Also, if you're a veteran or first responder and you want to go to a Detroit Lions game, please drop us a comment and we'll see what we can do. I got to figure out how we're going to dole out these tickets. So far, Paulie's going to a Chicago Bears game with his buddy who's actually a first responder. A kid that my kids grew up with, he just got out of the Air Force, and he's going to go to the last game. He picked the last game of the season, which is the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings, which the reason why he picked that game is for the potential playoff play-in game. So that's a pretty good choice.
Also,
that was smart.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Also, my nephew.
It's smart or dumb.
My nephew Nick is getting out of Marines in October. He's on duty. He's on watch. He's in Hawaii today. The ship is, but he gets out in October. So maybe we could do something for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully these
fundraisers. Yeah, hopefully these fundraisers come through and we can do more. Like
people,
I said,
hopefully the Lions don't break that kid's heart.
Well, the Lions have been breaking my heart for 57 years, so
might as well share the pain with some other people, huh?
Yeah, that's the.
I would just hate to be at that last game and they blow it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they'll be there, and you could say, "Remember the year we almost made it? I was there."
That's why I hate these hype seasons, because there's a lot of hype around the lines this year, and I just know damn well what's going to happen. I'm gonna
I
be
feel like last year they had
Same.
nothing
We've
to
lived it,
lose,
Fleek.
yeah.
and they did really well. So,
Well,
I don't know.
It looks
they're
like
better off when everybody expect them to suck, because I mean, let's face it, the Detroit Lions, they've been sucking
I mean, their
for
division
5 decades.
isn't crazy tough right now either. So they have a good chance to,
No, it's not.
Yeah,
beat up on some teams.
yeah. Well, I've heard that shit before too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
They've had some
It's the
good
same
teams
old
in the
song and
past.
dance.
and eventually you just got to get on
Yeah.
the field and win games. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see.
Yep.
Yes.
I could rant
So-
about that too. I'll rant about
So-
something else.
we gotta get going, because Eric his family's out there waiting for him. So we'll make this one short and sweet. I want to talk about basketball. First of all, I found a little video of me and Paulie playing basketball back in the day, back in our Navy days, and
You did.
I found a.
I saw that video. That's hilarious.
Hey man,
That was
you got
that was me dunking on Paulie's tiny face back in the day.
Hey, when you go in the paint, you gotta be able to hang.
I was just going to ask
Good
you which one
morning,
was
Fleek.
Polly, the big one or the little one?
He was definitely the little guy.
Here we go. Good
That's
morning,
funny.
people.
Oh man! So yesterday was a hell of a game.
This game last night was like, honestly, I want to say it was really good, but there were some tough calls down the line.
Yeah, it looked like Boston was going to run away with it, and then Miami just came storming back.
I mean, honestly, Jimmy Butler had Duncan Robinson, if he learned how to hit a shot, they would have won last night. He missed 2 big threes. That was one of them.
It's definitely a tough loss at home.
Jimmy had a terrible game until like this last 2 minutes.
It's Boston Magic. You can't explain it.
But you see, like, I don't see how that's not a foul. That, like, he just came down the lane and they went across his body, over both of his arms.
Yeah, that's crazy. Game 7, right, John?
Yeah, this will get us to game
Monday
7,
night.
but the finish was the best part.
Yeah.
And then this call was wild.
Well, there's a lot to unpack here on this.
He was mugging
Jimmy
him.
Butler. Certainly, there's contact in the foul by Al Horford. It was called a 2 on the floor, but look at the feet of Butler. Clearly, in my opinion, he's behind.
That's a
the
lot of
three-point
pressure
line.
for
This should be 3
just free throws, man.
behind the three-point line at the time.
Miami trailed by 10 with 4 to play. They've gone on a 13-4 run since, with 11 of the 13 by Butler. To tie.
He had like 12 points in a minute and a half or something like that.
And Gabe Vincent's trying to tell everyone to calm it down.
3 seconds on the clock. Timeout each way. If Butler hits, it's a Heat lead of 1.
Man, that place went wild. That is a good place to play basketball. I'll say that. It's a good fan base.
Yeah, it looks electric. Looks
They've
electric.
always been. They've
It's
always
about to
been
go
like that.
silent.
Yeah.
The Miami fan base.
Well, I
is
remember
good.
when the Pistons were squaring off against the Heat back in the early 2000s. That was wild back then too.
The Palace was a different place, man. That used to get wild.
No, I'm talking about the Heat arena back then.
Oh, in Miami, yeah, they're tough. Two
Yeah.
tough places. To
They
play.
do those whiteouts. Yeah, they do those whiteouts. You remember?
I think that's what this game was. It's a whiteout.
The light was on. It'll be reviewed. I don't think he got that in time. Great effort by Derek White.
And didn't I say you have?
Oh, they're saying on the floor, they're counting it.
You have to protect the offensive rebounding.
Oh, he got rid of it.
He sure did.
Damn.
To game 7.
I mean, talk about the right place at the right time.
Boston Magic.
Ruling on the floor is good basket. The play's under review. White.
Derek White, man. Live to see another day.
What a finish to this game.
Yeah, Boston Magic.
Yeah,
Don't let them win a
yeah.
game.
Those Boston teams know how to come back. I'll tell you what.
A rush shot that went in and out by the
Yeah, so the question is like, how's Miami respond to that on Monday night?
I mean, they've had 3 games to respond, or 2 games to respond to their first win. They haven't. So, I mean, well, honestly, down the stretch there, they played like they wanted to win the game, and they really almost deserved to win it, if you ask me. But like Eric said, Boston Magic or something. I don't know what these guys in Boston are putting in their water when they go down
I
in
don't know.
series and games, but they're the only teams to ever do it. The Red Sox, the Patriots, no one's come back like that in the Super Bowl, and now this. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that last call, that was a dagger. The momentum shifted straight. If the Heat had any momentum, it's gone.
Yep.
Gone. Deflated. I'd be surprised I'd be surprised if
A
the Heat won. Like I
lot
don't
of
see
the
them coming back
times
from that.
in these comeback series, these last games are blowouts because the other team that had the big lead is just toast at that point. The Red Sox won
because
game
they don't
7,
believe they
10-3,
can
I
win.
think. Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, we were by the time we got to game 7, Johnny Damon hit the grand slam. I mean, it was just they were hyped. They were ready to go. They blew the walls out.
That game 6 with the bloody sock, that Kurt Schilling game,
But all
that's
those
one of the
other
most
teams,
heroic
4,
games I've
5,
ever
and
seen in
6
my
were all
life.
close. I think 4 and 6 were both walk-offs by David Ortiz. So they were both really
Yeah.
close.
Yep.
So, but then the game 7 was just we were done.
But the Red Sox knew they were winning that game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like you didn't even need to watch it. You didn't even need to watch it.
I think Miami's big thing, like their last chance may have been last night up by 1 with 3 seconds left. I don't know if they'll get a
I would be
chance at
interested to
Boston.
see. Yeah, I would be interested to see historically throughout sports in game 7s how many teams that lost game 6 win game 7, because I don't think it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point.
I don't think it's a lot.
And this hasn't been a back and forth series either. So
No, it's been 3. It's been
3-3.
runs 3-0 and 3-0 and 3-0.
So we'll see. It'll be good. Boston's a tough place to come and win in, but Jimmy Butler's a different breed, as we've seen throughout these playoffs. So if anybody can do it, there's your guy.
Yeah, it's the son of the GOAT. The son of the GOAT.
Son of Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Supposedly.
I believe it, man. Especially with the way he's playing and some of these shots he puts up. Like, he's got it. Like, his daddy's got to be somebody.
Oh, man, it'll be a good game.
It's just a joke, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
There's it's worth looking into, I believe, but I don't think we'll ever get a positive answer on it.
You want me to do a rant?
No, he won't. Never.
That's why I don't understand why they don't just do a DNA test, man. Like Jimmy Butler would be like, I just want to do it just to.
I'm sure it gets hyped up, and I'm sure if it actually got to Jimmy Butler or Michael Jordan, they'd be like, well, X, Y, and Z, and you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Doesn't line up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just people on the internet trolling.
Yeah, they go out and get whatever they can, and they put it together, and you're like, actually, that makes sense. But then when you research it yourself, you're like, oh,
Right.
This is from here, this is from this year, and this is all over the place.
Right.
Yeah. I just lost Eric. Hey, Paulie, you have a rant before we go on to golf?
Yeah. Alabama, I'm sorry, guys. You know what I got? I got a rant about Alabama fans. You know what, people? Get rid of your stupid minds on Facebook and have some damn class. Good morning out there, everybody. I hope you had your muffin and your coffee. Break out the popcorn. because what I got to talk about is what's that guy named? That kid, Jay Morant.
Ja Morant.
Yeah, that kid there. He's a soup sandwich. He's a football bat. You name it. His clutch doesn't engage. Whatever it needs. What he needs is people around him to keep him out of trouble. Guy's, the guy makes $100 million a year, whatever. He so much potential. The organization that he's playing for is paying him a lot of money to play basketball and represent that organization. And because of that fact, he has responsibilities, whether he likes it or not. If he's getting paid by a company to do something, and they have standards that you're supposed to meet, and he's not doing it, then he's not meeting his responsibilities. He needs to get people around him like Shaquille O'Neal and some other vets to pull this kid in. This kid is out of control. He is waving guns around on social media, and this is the second time he's done it. So now, one time is a mistake, twice intentional, reckless. The kid needs to get under control. The problem is I think he wants to make the money, and he wants all the stuff. He wants the money, he wants the honey, and he wants the bacon. But when you do all that and you get all that, there's responsibilities. You hit record on your phone when you did that. It was you that did that, or your buddy that did that. Who are you hanging out with? You're not one of the boys anymore. You're making $100 million. You're not one of the boys. You need to let them boys go. Them boys, sorry, but you got responsibilities, and you can't be walking around making $100 million a year paid by an organization that has expectations of you and be hanging out and waving guns and videos on social media. WWW, wrong every time, buddy. So you need to get some people around you. You need to get your head checked. You're a young person, so the soup ain't done. We get all that. But you need people around you to start pulling you in. Because you know what? You're not meeting the standards. That's it. Done.
Yes.
I think you said it very well, Paulie. I do, because I think a lot of people are just like, oh, he's got a gun, he's being bad. And it's like, well, lots of people have guns and aren't bad. You know, you can have a gun. You could be a carrying, concealed carrying member, but you don't have to, like you said, he pressed the record button.
Yeah.
There's no, go wave your gun around your house, do whatever you want. Dude, you're multimillionaire. Just go have, don't hurt anybody, don't do anything stupid, and don't hit that record button, and you're good.
Yeah. I'm a gun owner, but I'm not going to go out in the backyard and wave the gun and post it on Facebook.
He wasn't in his house, though. He was out.
Well, still, regardless.
But my point is, the first time he did it, he was in a club. Second time he did it, he was in a car. But my point is, yes, it's perfectly legal to have a gun, but as soon as you brandish your gun for any reason, it's against the law.
It's the actions.
But it's against the law.
Yeah, and he's
to get those guns taken away.
Yeah, he does for sure. Yeah, because of actions that go behind it that are getting him in trouble. It's the same. He beat up a teenager too. That had nothing to do with the gun. He's an idiot.
And also, when you do this, there's a lot of young people that look up to this kid. So now, anytime you have a young kid looking up to their idols, they want to emulate their idols. So now you're gonna have a bunch of little gangbangers flashing their guns because they think it's cool because they see this kid doing it on social media. So I agree with Eric. Just take his guns away. You just lost your rights to own a freaking firearm.
Yep.
Well, when you're a professional athlete and you're making that kind of money, there's stipulations in that contract. One of them could be no motorcycle riding.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, no cliff diving.
Jay Williams.
No doing whatever. No playing at roller derby club at night. You know. So there's things and expectations that you sign on for that money, and because you did that, you got to meet the standards in which you signed up for. And he is a role model, whether he likes it or not. Or people say sports people aren't role models is a bunch of because you know why? Because like Fleek, you said the kids watch them people, them players, them.
Yeah, they try to emulate their heroes.
Yeah, it's the same thing with actors, like.
So he's responsible because he's making a lot of money and he's put on TV and the kids get to see him. And by that reason only, by default, you become a role model.
Well, what they should do is rather than take away his gun, take away his social media. Don't let him on social media. That's what they do. Like that's because, like you said, you see him on TV, and then the next step is, oh, I'm gonna look him up. And now you see him waving guns around and acting how he actually acts, and not like a role model. Take his social media away. That's taking money out of his pocket too.
I mean, frankly, the kid's mentally unstable. He shouldn't be owning guns anyways.
Yeah.
Well, sure,
100%.
I agree with that. I 100%.
And take his guns and take his social media and get the kid some help. Like that's right. what we should really be doing
before he really hurts somebody or himself.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he got a full year suspension. I just don't think they've come out and said it yet.
Right, but he needs help regardless of what your suspension like.
The gun. Yeah, I think it's just.
He's mentally unstable, regardless of.
Yeah. Anytime you have repetitive actions like this,
he needs to watch who he's hanging out with. He's not one of the boys
I agree,
anymore.
Paulie. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, when you're making $100 million a year, guess what? Your circle changes. By default, it changes. Now, whether you like that or not, hey, you know what? Then give the money back and go do what you want to do. Give the money back to the organization. And give them all the money back and then go do what you want to do. And go hoop it up in the city park at the basketball court and be a clown
on social media.
And do whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Then you don't get the money. But if you want the money, you got to do A, B, and C.
Your closest people that are around you, when they get money, they change too. So sometimes you have to weed those people out, and you have to realize, like, maybe this isn't the best guy to be.
It's a business decision, John.
It's a business decision. Very, very well said. Mm-hmm. And if you want to have that kind of money, you have to be able to make the right decision.
All right.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's making all the wrong ones.
And he's such a good player, too. He's so talented. Yeah. He's so fun to watch. He would be great for the game.
But it's wasted because he's being a dumbass.
Eric has something to do here in 7 minutes, so I'm going to try to get him out of here. So I just want to talk about golf for a second.
Yes.
Last weekend, PGA Championship.
The fairy tale story.
Did he cup it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Nothing but net.
I think that was on 15.
Who's that, Steph Curry out there?
Mr. Block.
What a shot.
What a great story.
This guy's not
there's
even
hole in ones, and then there's that. That's got to be a little bit better. He didn't even realize
he's like questioning it. Did it go
I mean,
in?
how could you not?
Right.
This guy's not even a regular player. He's a PGA pro.
At a course.
At the course. So
he's an instructor.
Wow. That's a crazy thing about golf too, is you hit so many shots and you hit good ones, you hit bad ones. But when you hit one like that, you don't believe it went in because I've hit a million shots up there on the green like that, and none of them have ever gone in.
Right, and this is the biggest stage he's ever played on.
Yeah, he came
That's
out.
a major. That's a major.
He was having to golf instruct to make ends meet, and then after this tournament, he got $286,000.
He'll be on tour. Yeah, he better.
Yeah, he got exemptions.
Out.
Didn't
he got a few exemptions. Yeah, he missed the cut this week, but he's playing in the RBC Canadian Open, and then another tournament just offered him an exemption as well.
Nice. I've heard they said that golf is the biggest gap between amateur and professional than any other sport.
Oh, absolutely.
I could tell
Which
you,
in my opinion, makes it probably the hardest sport.
Friday and Saturday, I was golfing, and I can attest to that. My God.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The things that these guys do at the pro level, guys, is...
And consistently.
I know it's golf. I know it's golf, and it's boring when you watch it. But if you play a little bit and you watch these guys do what they do versus what you did when you played on the weekend, you just scratch your head because it's phenomenal.
They make it look easy. They really do.
Yeah, and I read a stat yesterday. It said from 100 yards in, Tiger Woods missed the green 20% of the time.
I missed the green probably 88% of the time.
Let me give you a John Daly
that's
quote.
The GOAT.
John Daly said, he said, everybody, all the pros can hit it off the tee. They can crush it. He goes, what makes everybody stand out is who is good within 150 yards and in.
Short game.
That's the breakout.
Short game.
Right.
Yeah.
But still, the greatest golfer
Short
of all
game, yeah,
times
short game.
is missing the green 20% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That just tells you how hard golf
Makes me
is.
feel good.
How hard it is. Mm-hmm.
Hey, it makes this weekend hacker feel good. Trust me.
Same.
Mm.
Yeah, I went out yesterday and it was
Yeah.
embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah.
I have fun. I always try to say I play for that one good shot I get a day around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have one good
I
shot in
had 2
18
good
holes.
shots yesterday.
Hey, you sleeping like a baby.
Anyways,
Yes.
I had
All
2
right.
good shots yesterday, Eric.
Yeah.
On
Well,
8
one
on
more
8.
than me.
2 more than me.
Well, you know, it's what keeps it keeps us coming back.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well,
Oh man, look at it, man. That was wow. Dude,
Poor Paulie.
you blowing up on me.
You know, I think he was fine after the dunk. It was when you got in his face and you were like, that dunk on your tiny face is what made him cry.
That's taunting, man. Taunting. Why you
Yeah,
gotta
you
be
got a
like
T
that,
on
man?
that one for sure.
You come in the
For sure.
Yeah.
And you got to
paint
replace
is
the
fine, man. You
basket.
don't come in without a ticket, without a without a pass, without permission.
Oh, yeah.
You don't come in the paint. Ah,
You know, he may have been outside the cylinder too. That might be a charge.
I think it is.
I think
That's
it's
a
a charge,
foul.
man. I'm going
That's
to
a
charge on that
foul.
one.
Why you got to bow up on me like that, Fleetster, and put you drop your shoulder? You like you were on the 4-yard line with a football.
Yeah.
Man.
Offensive foul there. Dunk doesn't even count.
That's all
All right,
right.
guys.
I'll get him next time. Ha!
Yeah. It's always next time, buddy.
Yeah,
So,
whatever.
We are
Game
shut
7
it down,
Monday
man.
night, right?
Eric's got to go be with his family.
All right.
So we'll see you guys next Sunday. Go out and enjoy your Memorial Day, and just remember what tomorrow's all about.
Definitely.
See you guys. Thanks for tuning in.